show you a sequence of yoga poses that we have matched to the 4-H ritual and pledge. Before we get started, I'm going to show you the 8 poses that you'll need to know. We're going to start with mountain pose, which is a basic standing pose. You're going to stand with your feet hip width apart, stand up nice and tall, shoulders down and back away from your ears, and you're going to let your arms hang by your sides and turn your palms to face forward. From mountain, we'll go into tree pose. So for tree pose, you're going to plant one leg into the floor. You're going to take the opposite foot and let it rest. Let your toes rest on the floor, heel just above your ankle. You're going to raise your arms up over your head. As your balance improves, you'll be able to raise that foot up just a little bit higher so that your heel rests just below your knee. And release back down to the floor. The next few poses I'm going to turn to the side so you'll be able to see them a little bit better. I'm going to start with Warrior One. So for Warrior One, you're going to take a big step back with one foot, planting that heel firmly into the floor. And you're going to bend that front leg so that your knee is directly over your ankle. Your hips should be pointing forward, and you're going to raise your arms up overhead. From Warrior One, we'll go straight into Warrior Two. So for Warrior Two, you're going to take that back foot, you're going to turn your toes out and your heel in. You should be able to draw a straight line from the heel of your front foot to the arch of your back foot. You're going to turn your hips out, and you're going to raise your arms so that they're parallel to the floor. From Warrior Two, we'll go into triangle. So you're going to straighten out that front leg, shift your weight forward, and you're going to tilt down towards the floor as far as it's comfortable. You're going to try and keep your chest open and your hips stacked on top of each other and pointed towards the wall and not the floor. And we'll come back up, walk your feet together. The next pose is frog. So for frog, you're going to stand with your feet a little wider than shoulder width apart, and you're going to squat down and letting your hands rest on the floor for balance. And on a count of 3, we'll leap into the air as high as we can. So 1, 2, 3, leap. And that's the frog. Next, I'll show you the standing forward bend. For standing forward bend, you're going to stand with your feet hip width apart. You're going to bend forward at the hips and reach your hands down towards the floor. Tuck your chin into your chest. Stand up slowly. And that's a standing forward bend. The final pose I'll show you is called chair. For chair, you're going to stand with your feet hip width apart. You're going to push your bottom back behind you and squat down like you're sitting into a chair. Make sure that your knee does not go past your toes. For your hands, you can either leave them on your hips, you can stretch them straight out in front of you, or you can raise them up over your head with your biceps up by your ears. And come back up. And that's the chair pose. All right, so now we're going to run through the 4-H ritual and pledge yoga sequence. We're going to start in mountain pose, standing up nice and tall. All right. The 4 H's on the emblem stand for the equal training of the head, heart, hands, and health. The head is trained to think, to plan, and to reason. The heart is trained to be kind, true, and sympathetic. The hands are trained to be useful, helpful, and skillful. The health is trained to resist disease, enjoy life, and make for efficiency. The 4-H motto is to make the best better. So I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living. For my club, my community, my country, and my world.